A Florida retirement community is truly on edge this morning after a sinkhole reopened. It was plugged just this past weekend. With much of the country prone to that kind of disaster, NASA is lending a hand. Vicente Arenas is in the village northwest of Orlando with a rare look at the project. Vicente, good morning.
Good morning. This is a spot where a sinkhole has opened up twice in front of these two homes in Florida. It's covered up with dirt now, but at one point it was so huge a school bus could have fit inside of it. NASA now says it's come up with research that can help determine if sinkholes like this one will grow.
Unpredictable and scary. Sinkholes literally swallow up the ground and everything above it. Watch this 2012 video as a whole line of trees in Louisiana is sucked up. About 300 residents were forced to abandon their homes for good. Now NASA is using this plane to try to predict where sinkholes might form and spread. We were allowed rare access inside. Using unique radar technology that transmits electronic pulses, scientists can map out how the Earth's crust is shifting.
We're basically a flying laboratory.
NASA's John McGrath is in charge of the plane.
How accurate is this radar?
Centimeters, down to centimeter level.
That accurate?
Yes.
We flew on NASA's plane 41,000 feet above the Louisiana coast, some of which has been slowly sinking into the Gulf of Mexico.
Right now, the crew is flying through what they call the tube. It is incredibly challenging. They have to fly on the exact same path as previous trips in order to make sure they get accurate data. So you're shooting radar at the ground to get an image of the sinkhole in that area? That's right.
Sinkholes typically occur when underlying rock is dissolved by water. Once eroded, the surface collapses. About 20% of the country is susceptible. States most at risk: Texas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and the #1 state, Florida, where back in August, this vacation villa near Disney World was destroyed. And outside Tampa last March, a man was swallowed inside his home while he was sleeping.
Well, we just fly over the sinkhole.
It doesn't take long for us to reach the site where the trees were devoured by the sinkhole. At this altitude, you can't see it from the air, but the radar can.
We have taken a very precise measurement of the surface, and by comparing the surface before and after, we can determine how much ground shift has happened.
By studying these radar images, NASA scientists discovered the Louisiana sinkhole had shifted as much as 10 inches, at least a month before the ground caved in. It's a finding that could in the future help track how sinkholes develop nationwide and possibly prevent people from being taken by surprise.
And NASA is saying that it hopes to implement its research nationwide, especially here in Florida. Gail?
Vicente, thanks.